The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Ain't nothing changed with them bitches, they know my name now. It's such a shame a youngin' fella kill a game now. And I be in it for the money, fuck the fame now. Got all these niggas asking what's his fucking name now. Said this is blood, this is crip, but this is
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Coast to Coast Sports Podcast. We're going to all be in studio today, which is very exciting. Shortly, Court Chappelle will be joining us, but I'm Lauren A. Jones, your host, and as always, we're here with the one and only Michael Cotton. Welcome.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited that we're all going to be in studio. And before we get, Court riled up, we're going to talk a little bit of college hoops. So let's start there. College basketball has been nothing short of really exciting. I've been watching a ton. And last night I got to watch, I think it was Duke and Indiana. Mm-hmm. And I know that Indiana is suffering some injuries, going through some health issues right now, but I expected them to be a lot more competitive. Indiana, just with their history as a program, has always kind of had that. So it surprised me a little bit that they didn't put up more. But then again, it's Duke, right? Duke. I mean, they're number 3 for a reason. They fell this week to Gonzaga and... What'd you say?
They messed up my parlay.
Yeah, but to watch that team, it's just so amazing. Like
Gonzaga's good though. They're a good.
Gonzaga's a really good team. But Zion Williamson, just the athleticism, and to me, I think what's most impressive about this team is how unselfish they are. Because obviously, these are all perennial superstars, mm-hmm. right? Especially at the next level, we're talking about them going top 5. Definitely going to be lottery picks, all 3 of them. And Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, and Zion Williamson. But, I watched Zion, give up a dunk that he could have easily taken to, his teammate. That's just a great basketball to watch, and I think that's why the program is having so much success, in addition to, obviously, the talent.
I agree. Last night's game, I was disappointed because it's a lottery pick, possibly top 10 pick on Indiana, mm-hmm. who did not show at all. Romeo Langford, I was real high on him.
Well, he had a couple of...
He was 3 of 15 from the field.
I don't mean on offense. But on defense, he had a couple of steals, a couple of, moves that got it going. I understand, yeah. But, I think that the mark of a good player is when, you get into a shooting woe or issue that you kind of, try to bail yourself out of it on the defensive end. And I think that that's kind of what he tried to do. Mm-hmm. It just didn't really work out very well.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
And he's one of my favorite players in college, by the way. But last night he didn't show. 3 of 15, I think he had like 11 points. But
how much of that do you feel like it's like, the pressure of going up against Duke and wanting to do well and then not having really the talent, teammates-wise to really help you when you're struggling on offense to get it going?
Could have something to do with that, yeah. But you're the guy for that team. You right. have to show up. You're the All-American. You're 5. You have to show up. At least put up some type of effort opposed to threat, a little bit of threat. I know it's Duke, but put a little bit of threat out there, and he wasn't at all.
Well, I think, what we did see is when Duke would go on runs, Indiana at least would once in a while, break up the runs with a 3-pointer or something. Mm-hmm. So at least they were trying. It's just that...
Yes, they didn't lose by 40.
We're going to get to a team that lost by 32 last night a little bit later in the show, but I definitely want to wait for Court to have that Lakers conversation. Okay, so the current mock draft order for this upcoming NBA draft is Zion Williamson is number 1, 2 is R.J. Barrett, 3 is Nasir Little, 4 is Cam Reddish, 5 Bol Bol out of Oregon, 6, Romeo Langford, who didn't have a great game last night. 7, Keldon Johnson. 8, Sekou. Oh, and I'm not even going to attempt this last name, but you know who you are. Number 9, Kevin Porter, who I'm going to see tonight play against Long Beach. Yes, I'm very excited for that.
Long Beach, it's
at USC, and I'm actually going as a fan, so I don't get to do that often, so I'm very excited to see him.
Okay.
Yeah, I've interviewed him a couple times. I saw him at the Drew League this past summer. He is a really special player.
Yeah, he has a chance to go top 10. Definitely.
He's definitely going to go top 10, especially if he continues the play that he started this season. I mean, USC obviously is having some troubles early, but so is the rest of the Pac-12, so we shall see how that ends up. And then number 10, rounding out the lottery picks, is Ja Morant. So, I mean, you know, we see that the rankings are kind of, or the projected order of the upcoming NBA draft is already leaning very Duke heavy in the top 5.
As it should.
As it should. But there are some very special players that I'm excited to see develop over, and especially I'm really excited to see Kevin Porter Jr., you know, at the college level tonight.
This your first time seeing him play at the college level?
Yes. It's in person, yes. Yeah. So
Bobo is really good, by
he's
the way.
really good.
Really good.
He's really good.
Definitely
he played on my uncle's traveling team, Cal Supreme, for a few years, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
To watch that guy in high school is just completely dominant, athletic, just really good.
He's fantastic.
So luckily we are joined by the illustrious. He made it here safely from New York.
Hey.
Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta? Okay, you came back from Atlanta. Yes. So, Coast to Coast is in the building. Welcome.
It's time.
You're dressed like you're coming from a cold weather city.
Yes.
Atlanta was cold this morning.
Yeah.
It's like 29.
Oh, no.
Something like that.
Nope.
That's a little different than our cold.
Yeah.
Relax.
55.
It's cool.
55 feels like a cool 70 today. I don't know. I walked out and I was like, ooh.
It's 55 today?
Well,
I'm just saying normally, like, that's a real cold morning for me.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Come on out.
In LA.
Come join us.
I'll come to ATL.
I'm trying to get a buddy pass.
Come on.
Look,
you got me a spot to stay?
Huh?
Where we at? Where we staying at?
Hey, come on out.
Okay. We'll figure that out when I get there.
Come on out. I mean, I'm trying to come for Super Bowl.
Come on out.
You know?
Super Bowl will be fun.
Yes,
you're going to be out there for Super Bowl. Come
no, I had to choose between All-Star and Super. I don't have it like
All-Star is Carolina this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would take All-Star.
I'm going.
Are we there?
All-Star. Let's be there.
Let's be there.
All-Star. Okay.
Hey.
It's going to be my third one in a row, so I'm excited.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
What was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago was New Orleans.
Right.
That was amazing.
Okay.
I love that city.
Anyways. I came in, I heard y'all speaking about Bobo. I like Bobo.
Yeah,
I like Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin Porter Jr. is nice.
I do want to catch a game this year live to see what it looked like live.
I mean, our seats are never filled, so you're welcome to come. Please come.
Y'all don't support the basketball team?
Well, when I was there, it wasn't really.
Who was there when you guys were there?
We had Nikola Vucevic, who killed the Lakers the other day.
Okay.
Yeah. We had Dwayne Dedmon, who's on the Hawks.
Right.
We had Maurice was our point guard. I can't remember. Gio Fontaine. We had a guy who transferred out of Wake Forest, Ari. We had a couple guys. Some of them are coaches now.
Was those tournament years for y'all?
No.
None of
them, right?
No.
4 years?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Not even close. Yeah, it was bad.
It's good to be here today. I'm glad to see you guys.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you in the flesh. Welcome back.
The Laker fans.
Yeah, so let's
talk
get
to them.
We can finally get to the Lakers.
Hey, let's talk about it. Come on.
All right. So the Lakers, the woes of the Lakers has been no stranger to the NBA. We've gone through this ebb and flow kind of thing. You know, we'll win a couple games and, you know, squeeze them out, but we have not blown out a team this season.
Not true.
Phoenix. What team?
Phoenix.
What was the lead?
What was blowout at one?
We got Phoenix.
Was it a blowout though?
It was like 20 plus, I believe.
I don't remember that.
I think I blew Phoenix out. Yeah, I think y'all ended the game.
So we've had one blowout.
Okay.
But we got blown out.
Blowouts matter, though. Blowouts don't matter.
Look, hey, I say that too, but Twitter does not agree with us. I'm just going to say that
Twitter
does not agree with us. I'm saying reporters. I'm saying reputable people that
reporters
are in the industry.
Be looking real bored these days.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for a guy who would love to be in here and really know what's going on and really pay attention. These reporters be looking bored. Hey, listen, not you,
okay.
but some of these high names that we listen to on Twitter.
Right.
When you look at them in real life doing it, they look bored. I've seen a reporter, a coach is fully talking. He was like this. Like,
well, honestly, because this is the thing, though. You're always trying to keep your ears and eyes peeled about what's going on around you, because you could see coach in front of you, but
right.
you never know. Down the hallway, you can see an exchange happening between players. You can see, so you always
even if you ask the question.
Even if you ask the question, sometimes
you can see your next story down the hall.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or you're
we don't even care about this question I just asked you, but you better answer, because if you don't answer, now you're offended. But you weren't even listening, though.
No, that doesn't mean that you're not necessarily listening just because you're not looking at someone. I always
agreed.
I think you can. I mean, I can look at you right now, and
right. I agree with that.
So, but nonetheless, let's get to these Lakers.
Let's talk about it.
There's been some bright spots. Kyle Kuzma has played extremely well. Even in the loss last night, he led all scores, which we will also talk about. Mm-hmm. Brandon Ingram has been a little bit more aggressive. Lonzo Ball, same thing. Aggressive Lonzo is what we love, but he suffered potentially, it was an ankle sprain as listed yesterday. He's day-to-day.
He said he would play
Thursday. He said he would play Thursday, but we don't know what the doctors are going to say and what the medical staff is going to clear him as, so we'll see about that. But nonetheless...
Okay,
the Lakers getting blown out.
As the guy who I promised myself that I wouldn't really pay attention, I would watch, but not like judgingly, just watch it just to see what's going on the court for like the first 25 games. I don't pay much attention to. I'll check in on the Lakers, see, catch a quarter, catch a half, maybe watch the first half, not pay attention to the second, read up, catch up, highlight it. Or, just not really paying attention, but looking at it. I didn't want to.
So you really just watched the Knicks?
Yeah, literally. I literally just watched the Knicks.
Okay, so
I check in on the Hawks.
What was the point there?
No, I'm
okay.
He's bringing it
for
home,
the guy. I'm bringing it around to that. So for y'all being the Laker fans who are watching, reporting, covering, who are the players that aren't fitting in right now?
Brandon Ingram. I think him and people need to understand something. Let me set up.
Man,
I'm afraid. I
think LeBron and Brandon Ingram should be scattered. I don't think they should be on the court at the same time. I think Brandon Ingram should come off the bench. I don't care. I don't judge people by the position they were drafted. You can draft first, second, third, 9th, 20th, whatever.
Or their talent level.
Yeah, you're still a player. You still have to develop. Some develop faster than others. Some develop later than others. People tend to forget that.
Right.
Kobe Bryant started. He averaged 6 points a game. He was calling the bench. He barely got in.
That's not Brandon Ingram.
No, I understand that. Okay. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that people forget. Like San Antonio Spurs, Ginobili was one of the. He's going down as a Hall of Famer. He came out the bench by choice, of course, but he came off the bench.
Right.
We could do the same thing with Brandon Ingram. My opinion, I would have Brandon come off the bench. He could lead the second.
But playing starter minutes. Just come off the bench.
Playing starter minutes.
Just come off the bench.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'll say.
Okay.
I agree that Brandon Ingram is the piece right now that is not fitting in. I think he has even said, I don't really know where I'm supposed to be all the time, and I'm not getting to the spots that I like to be able to be the most efficient on offense.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree with that.
Well, he's been...
No, I know you said, but I'm just saying I don't...
He's been, doing these pull-up 15-foot jumpers, where that's not really his spot,
But I think he needs to determine where he... Because...
But also,
a lot of times he'll come off and he'll have the 15-footer and he's open, but most of the time he'll drive further into the big man. And it's like, you're not about to... Why? Just pull up right there. Or sometimes
But that's not his shot. That's why he's trying to get to a better spot.
He makes it here and there.
Here and there. But, if we, watched him last year, that wasn't really
He's
where
more
he
score
was.
slasher role
last
year.
Yes. And so, I mean, he pretty much plays the same position as LeBron. So, it's kind of difficult when, LeBron... Sorry, I'm looking at live right now on Twitter. You guys can also follow us on live at Lojo Media, where we are figuring this out. But it says, can I bring Ingram off the bench? Yeah, no, see, I don't think you should bring Ingram off the bench.
Because of why? Where he's drafted?
No, it has nothing to do with
if Brandon Ingram drafted 29th,
it has nothing to do
with... What would you put in place of him?
I would start Josh Hart.
Okay, so what would the starting lineup be?
The starting lineup would be Lonzo Ball. It would be Josh Hart. It would be Kyle Kuzma. It would be LeBron James. It would be JaVale McGee.
I agree with everything except for Josh Hart. I don't think you should take Brandon Ingram out. I think he needs to figure it out.
So Brandon Ingram.
When Brandon Ingram was out, we were good. I mean, we were still, of course, progressing.
No, we lost 2 games.
We were going to lose games with whoever we had.
You could take Brandon Ingram out,
but
I guess,
we lost
and
you.
you would have him going with Lance. I think the issue is Lance needs to play a little more. And I'm confused as to, and I know y'all going to talk about winning, right?
Okay.
But I am confused if there's moments in droughts where the scoring is lacking. I'm confused on the point of getting Michael Beasley then.
He did well last night.
He did very well last night.
And when I say confused on just points-wise, we just need somebody who could get some buckets in here right now.
You're
with
confused
somebody
on
in the
as
game.
to
Why he's not being used more?
Well, I think that they're now integrating him into the lineup. There were some early
last night.
issues. Starting last night, but there were some things that were contributing to him not being on the court.
Okay.
So now they're just figuring it out. Luke in minute, or not minute restriction,
Can
but
you agree? Because people say I'm picking on Luke. I don't think Luke should be fired or any of that. But can you agree Luke's rotations have been
questionable?
Very questionable.
Yeah, I think that's been my gripe with him since last year was, late in the games, you're not having your best players on the floor, or, the lineups that you choose are really questionable. Like, not having LeBron in the game with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter when we're trailing doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Or Brandon Ingram. There's just
I
times
feel like
when
this just could be me. It just could be my brain. I feel like this is purposeful.
What's
I feel
purposeful?
Like Luke and Bron and Magic, this is purposeful of the first. I think the first quarter of games is just purposeful to go through the experience. Just go through losses, go through get through all those emotions, get through them now.
I think that you can say that,
and you start to shape it up, because I don't see it as bad as everybody I don't think the Lakers.
No, we're overreacting as Laker fans. People don't understand. We're only two games in loss column behind the number 1 spot.
Yeah, no, I don't think that there's a panic button.
It's not that
there's no.
Sorry, it's not that serious. Of course,
Brandon's going to be a piece. Whatever you do
Yeah,
with Brandon,
so that's what I was going to ask.
Whatever you think the Lakers can do this year, whatever in your heart of hearts you think, Brandon is a piece, unless you're trading him. But trading him for who?
Of this young Lakers
What's up with this
core?
Bradley Beal thing?
Guys, let's just of this young Lakers core.
Right.
Brandon Ingram,
1,
Kyle Kuzma,
2,
and Lonzo Ball. Do you
right.
think all of them will end up as Lakers this season at the end of the season?
Yeah.
You don't think they're going to trade any of those?
No. Can I explain?
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't. I don't know if they
ahead.
would. Before you say that, I don't know if they would. I know I would.
Okay. So
I know
the
I
Lakers are going to have approximately $39 million in cap space next year.
Okay.
Which is enough for one supermax.
Right.
You don't trade anyone to mess up your cap space for next year, knowing who is out there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But what if it's an expiring contract that's coming back?
That's why,
one of the big names that
Kemba Walker?
Listen, one of the big names that have that are free agents next year. What's the problem? Would you be against it? It doesn't hurt the cap, and it helps you right now.
So that's what you're saying, because even though they might leave.
I'm asking you if that's your offer on the table.
For who? Kemba Walker? For that's the only somebody that's decent enough and that's expiring.
Okay.
Which they're going to.
Would you take Kemba Walker?
Would you take Kemba?
If they say, give me Lonzo, you take Kemba.
It doesn't work like that, though. You got to match salaries.
Give me Lonzo, you take Kemba for the bulk of it. Nobody else would be harmed out of the core of the Lakers.
Right. I'll take it.
Yeah.
You take it?
I would take it.
Okay.
Yeah. But the main thing, like I was saying.
Are Laker fans down on Lonzo?
No. I think Laker fans are encouraged. I'm not. I'm encouraged by Lonzo.
But I say I get
a lot are.
Yeah, I get mixed reviews.
Okay.
On Twitter, that's all people want to know about. That's all people ask me about. Lonzo. Every time I'm at practice, ask about Lonzo. Is he going to get more minutes? How aggressive has he been playing? Is he going to continue to play that aggressively? What's wrong with
when
this?
He's aggressive,
okay?
it clearly shows.
No, I don't think that he's not in an offensive.
Zoe, get some heart.
He has heart.
Zoe, get some heart.
He's stealing balls. He's
He's our best. He's our best defensive player.
Calm down.
He's our best defensive player.
Is he?
No, Tyson Chandler is the best defensive player.
No.
Oh, actually, JaVale McGee is.
Is Lonzo the best defensive wing on the Lakers?
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
Facts.
yes. Who would you say?
I have not paid attention that
Oh,
much. Are
okay.
you
I'm
serious?
'cause there's nobody else.
Lonzo is a great defensive
Definitely.
player.
I didn't. Is he the best defensive wing on the Lakers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody else told me that. I told them they're out of their mind.
You should watch a game.
But that's a problem.
Just watch a game.
I'll watch a whole one. I'll give it a
No,
shot.
he's a very good defender. He'll be.
I didn't say he wasn't
No, I'm just saying like
best
Like, you know
defensive
what
wing
level.
on the Lakers. I got some defensive people over there. Josh Hart over there. Lance Stevenson over there.
It's look, no.
Rondo over there. Contavious Caldwell's
Well,
over
Rondo
there.
hasn't really played many games for us, so
Braun is over there. Kuzma is over there.
no,
Bron
Bron has been
is
taking.
a
He
defensive
waits to the
liability.
He waits to playoffs to do all that.
yeah,
He's not doing that right now.
What? That's
Okay.
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 But, last night I look at the schedule here and I'm like, okay, I can see this as a loss, this loss. I figured we would lose last night's game.
I thought we were going to lose too.
I didn't think we would
Not get blown out by 32. And I think this is where,
You didn't think I was going to get blown out?
No.
I thought we would lose. Like if they
By
say
like 8.
Lakers lost by 12, I'm like, oh, okay.
8.
32 is like what? Okay,
That's
y'all just
I
stop.
had y'all losing
Well,
by about 20.
Also, we got out
Denver over there
rebounded.
hooping.
The rebound was like
It
it's
was
certain games where
atrocious.
everything.
And then our 3-point shooting, like, we need a shooter. Please,
Bradley Beal?
Laker gods, give us a shooter.
Bradley Bill?
No,
We'll get to the dysfunction in the Wizards organization.
Oh, yeah, and I need my right, too, from both of y'all.
What?
From both of y'all.
What was that?
I need my right.
What right
let's not
was
talk
that?
about our right because I'm gonna start talking about what you owe me.
Okay,
No,
guys,
no.
first, before we
All
get
right,
to that,
I need my right.
Okay.
what's been the difference for JaVale? Because he's been playing his best basketball, I think.
Who?
JaVale McGee.
It's simple. More minutes.
You think
He's
that's
always
the
played
key?
like that.
That's
What's
it?
the question?
What's been the key to his effectiveness? Like, is it more minutes? I mean, he's
played
second.
championship basketball for the last 2 years.
And he was
He's an
good
adult.
like
He's
this in
playing
Denver.
ball. He's doing his job.
He was good like this in Denver, but
he
he's
played more
also
minutes.
had.
Yeah. He got minutes. He's been around some pressure now. He's did this twice. He good.
Okay.
It's just he just hooping. He doing what he's supposed to do as a big fan.
Yeah.
I can't even be mad at
don't even
JaVale.
know
He's
how to work
creating
this
one
now.
hell of a career.
One thing that the Lakers do have problems with though is defending the guys who have inside post game.
The who?
Inside post game or somebody
Who's
can drag it
who's
out.
getting beat on the post?
It doesn't matter.
All of them is getting beat.
Like Lamarcus killed us. Vucevic killed us.
Killed us.
Who's guarding Vucevic?
It don't matter.
Was it JaVale?
JaVale, Tyson could get some.
No, Tyson
sound
could
hurt.
get some.
And I mean,
Yeah, it was bad, but hey, he's a Trojan, so I
All
was
right.
like, yeah, go.
no.
Y'all need to get Lance going. I'm trying to tell y'all. Have fun with Lance, people.
No, I get
Enjoy
Lance will
that
make him
energy.
dance.
Enjoy that energy.
He should play
I
more.
do.
He should
I
play
love
more.
his-
Enjoy
well,
that energy.
No.
Sometimes
no,
he
he should
gets
not
out of
play more.
hand, though, Court.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
he does like
It's a part of it.
bonehead moves. Like it's
He'll
like
get
it's
it,
like
skits about all that, and
he,
throw it
you
into
know,
the
the
stands, and it's
heavy,
like,
Hey, man.
It's too much
Hey,
sometimes.
man, they come with the show.
I don't need the show, though.
They come
I
with
need
the
to
show,
win.
baby.
When we
Ha-
win, when we win,
That's
you
why
hit
when
the
I
three.
do it, you dance.
Lance will make him dance. Can
When
you
he-
do one of his moves, please?
Absolutely not. You got to
Can
be
you do
in
the
the
air
energy.
guitar?
hit the three, you can do the little.
Right.
I'm good with. I'm good
He's
with
hilarious,
that. But
dude.
just like we not winning.
I want to ask him about that
So
Timberland.
what?
The
energy don't
most
stop?
New York collaboration ever with the Timberland and Champion.
Yeah, I don't want
That's-
nothing to do with that.
Hey, first of
I
all,
seen it and
I'm
I was
trying
like,
to get
what?
one. So I'm trying to get something.
Okay, get what you got to get, player.
You know
What you gonna get?
Get what you got to get, player.
If they have a fanny pack, I might.
Laker fans, y'all all right, man.
I
Relax.
mean,
we're
yeah,
all right.
like I said, let me double check.
Yeah,
our
we're
standings
too much time
right
on the Lakers. We got to move on.
Yeah, come
Wait a
on.
minute. Wait a
Raptors
minute.
and Warriors.
Right,
We'll
roll
come
on.
back.
Keep
We'll
going.
Come back. Just
Come on, we'll come back to that.
Raptors and Warriors
What about 'em?
preview of the NBA Finals. Yes or no?
Possibly.
Very possible.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, we're 3 games back in the first place.
Whatever.
Lost cause.
It's a possibility.
I do think the Raptors will be in the finals. Like I've
You
said.
do?
You think the
the
Raptors
Raptors
will
will
be in the
be,
final?
like,
You have
I think-
Raptors and
I would
Warriors
like-
final?
Definitively.
I don't know who's coming out the West yet.
Who do you think?
Yeah, just make a decision. Go.
I can't
Just
wax
do
the
it.
West yet. Like I would whack Raptors on wax.
All right.
I'm saying Warriors.
You got the Raptors on wax. So give me Give me the people you have in mind for the West then.
I have Golden State, of course.
Okay.
I have the Lakers.
Okay.
Houston, if they turn it around.
No.
Okay.
They have
their
their defensive guy back, their defensive coach, but
He been back.
First of all, we'll get to this too, but
We'll deal with that.
54
We'll address
points by James Harden, and they still lose to the Wizards, who are dysfunctional right now. I don't know about that.
that. Okay, so
Rockets
before we
is a
slide
bit-
into that story, it's a possibility. Kawhi Leonard is special. He's
Yes, he
making
is.
Kyle Lowry look like an
all-star.
all-star point
All-star,
guard.
which he's not.
And he ain't no all-star
He's
point
not.
guard, bro.
No, he's not.
And he is making him look like an all-star point guard. I don't know
Maybe
what
watch
conversation
wrong
they
type of
having.
TVs y'all watch.
I don't know what kind
So
of.
he's not an all-star. I'm not saying specifically this year. Are you talking about like
Kyle Lowry is a choke artist in the
Yo,
playoffs.
if you don't cut it out with the Kyle Lowry,
he's not like a 4 or 5
he's
time
made an
all-star?
all-star.
It's not
I hope
okay.
not.
I think he's like a 3-time or 4. I think he's like 3
If
times.
he's been in there
but,
4 or 5 times, the league
But
league
look,
is soft. They've been hoodwinked.
they
You
are.
guys are
It's the East.
They've been.
It's the East.
I don't care.
Wool
There's a
over
whole.
their
There's,
eyes.
I bet you.
It's injuries.
4-time all-star. Like I said.
Kimber been in there 4 times. Then it's a sham. It is a sham.
I
If
agree.
Kimber Walker has not been
It
in an All-Star
honestly
game
is just-
4 times, Kimber only been there twice. Oh, it's a sham. It's a sham. It is
All-Star is low-key a
it is a sham. There's no way on God's green earth Kyle
Kyle
Lowry
Lowry
should be
is
in an
not a-
All-Star game
yeah.
over Kimber Walker. In no world.
But it's because of DeMar DeRozan.
I don't care who it's because of.
Okay.
In no world.
I didn't vote
He's
him
an
in.
all-star.
Just calm down.
He deserved this.
No.
No, I'll probably
I
be like,
don't agree.
Heard.
Shouldn't have made.
Trash can.
Not the trash can.
He's terrible now.
I ain't. Anybody will tell you I've never thought Kyle Lowry
know
was.
you
I've never thought he was ever. You
tripping.
can give me a high five.
What's wrong
on
with
that,
you?
but
Yeah,
I've
man. You
never
out of
thought
here,
he
man.
was-
You
nah.
bugging out.
Nah.
I don't know where you get that thought
Nah.
from.
But
All
anyways,
love, though, baby. Shout out to Philly.
Shout out to Philly. Yeah, Jimmy Butler has found his home. He's
Heard.
so happy.
Yeah. Or whatever.
Oh,
I don't. That doesn't matter to me.
doesn't
Philly
matter
has
to
a
you.
shot to go as well.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
you got 3 top level players.
Let's. I don't really care for
Would
Philly.
the Lakers entertain Markelle Fultz?
Why?
They were-
They got rid of D'Angelo Russell. Why would you go get Markel
They were
Fultz?
interested in him before.
Well,
before
they
the
got rid
draft.
of D'Angelo Russell for reasons that have nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, well,
Stupid.
you would have had a shoulder. You would have had a shooter
Oh,
with some
like a
heart.
Shoulder.
You would have had a shooter with some heart right now.
Oh gosh,
Yeah, no, I've always
not
been a
much
fan of
heart.
D-Lo.
He,
I
not
mean,
too
D-Lo.
much heart. He doesn't
Hey,
know
man.
the bro code. Not
Hey,
that much heart.
Hey, man.
Hey, look. Hey, look.
That's what happens when you're 19, 18, man. You mess up in life.
No,
You mess
not,
up in life.
Not in that way, though.
Yeah.
I don't know about breaking the
Hey,
bro
y'all,
code like that. Would you
y'all
do that?
confused. No. Listen.
you?
Listen.
Oh.
Would I do it? No. Has it happened before? Yes. Have they been bros and things got better? Yes. Has it been lessons for these dudes? Yes. It happens.
It happens.
But you still would have had your shooter. I tell you that much. You would have had your
Somebody
young
averaging
shooter.
17 and 5.
He'd have been able to knock that wide open shot down for y'all. Whoever y'all think don't knock it down consistently, he would have been able to do that. But anyway,
We
can
do
we
need
slide
shooter.
into this Houston and Washington
Yes,
thing?
yes.
Come on.
Let's do that. Okay, so Rockets, James Harden lit it up. He joined Elite Company in this 50-point gang amongst, LeBron, who recently exceeded Allen Iverson's multiple 50-point games with his 54-point performance. But they still lost to the Washington Wizards,
Right.
who have no... the dysfunction that's happening in that organization between Bradley Beal and John Wall is no secret. They've been saying that both of them are up for trade discussions. So what is wrong with the Rockets? Because they said it was Carmelo. I thought it was Carmelo.
I
But
don't know why
there's
you
no
thought
more Carmelo, and
Melo was just a scapegoat.
they're still losing games like that. So what are your
I will
thoughts?
say
Corey?
this.
Vindication.
I will say this though.
For who?
When
It's just the point y'all tried to scapegoat Melo on there.
They did.
And vindication.
listen, when Harden and CP3 plays, they're 8-4.
Right. Which is the reality, is that they need
Yeah,
each other. They're
yeah.
codependent.
James Harden is
be.
an MVP, superstar.
Right? What does
Mike
that mean?
D'Antoni is.
Ugh.
Good coach.
That's just
He's
a
a
Western
former
Conference team.
coach
They was
of
winning
the
last
year.
year and Chris was hurt sometime.
But no, just
James
we know
went to
that
be-
like when
be
it
James.
counted,
James for James last night. I mean, the other night.
It wasn't enough.
wasn't enough.
Man.
So they need each other.
Yeah.
Hurt.
Yeah.
They ain't going nowhere. I told you that was the Phoenix Suns last year.
Well, they got.
Remember when I
rid of
said that last year and you was like, no?
too.
And I kept telling you this is the Phoenix Suns all over again.
Away.
It is a mirage. Just like Phoenix was always something away.
I really think it was Chris Paul.
Joe Johnson injury away. Amari, Steve Nash with the bump shoulder and the suspension away. They was always something away.
Right.
Houston all over again. It is a mirage. They are tricking you. Stop believing it.
I will say this does happen with James Harden led squads. I remember last time they went to the Western Conference Finals when they played the Warriors. Mm-hmm. Then the next year they snuck in on the playoffs.
Oh, wait. Let me ask you something. They played the Warriors. You remember how that one of those games, maybe game 1 or 2, 3 or 4, doesn't matter. Do you remember the game James Harden got the ball coming down the court? It was a rebound. He got the ball to go, make a game-winning shot. He crossed over and passed it to Dwight Howard at the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. That's a closer?
I never said nothing about his closing them.
Okay, but they got there, and that's what he did. He got there and averaged the most turnovers in a game. He beat his own records for turnovers in a game.
He did.
And matter of fact, in his 54-point game, what else he had? 11 turnovers.
Why are you arguing me with
I'm just saying.
You said nothing.
You trying to make an excuse, and I'm just letting you know the problem with Houston is, brother.
Excuses are tools of the incompetent.
There you go.
All I said was Houston does this sometimes. I was agreeing with your point.
Does what?
That's your problem. You talk too much. Calm down.
Does what?
Last time they went to the Western Conference Finals, they made it to the playoffs the last day of the regular season. Mm-hmm. It's looking like that could happen again this year.
But it's the West too. I mean, you have to. The West
trash?
between like the second seed.
Hold on. Who's trash?
The whole stirring pot, not particular person, or player, or anything. Okay. I'm just talking about the makeup. I
think it's you're fresh off the plane and you have to choose your words carefully here.
Why? I respect James Harden. He a baller, but man, I respect him. He a baller, but he ain't gonna do nothing else.
Well, you guys mentioned a player that we need to discuss something. It was really touchy. Dwight Howard.
What about him?
A few days ago, I believe it was over the weekend.
What about him?
You're going to find out. Oh. There was a transgender man, I believe that's the correct term, who...
Y'all ain't right.
Well, we have to get to it. I mean, this is news.
Y'all ain't right.
There was a transgender man who alleged that Dwight Howard had a relationship with...
Or a transgender woman. Do you call him transgender woman?
No, he's a man.
Or was a man. Well, he dressed up as a woman.
Currently a man.
Okay. So a gay man who Dwight Howard had a relationship with. That was allegedly his boyfriend. And there were a series of tweets that he released, the gay man who is accusing Dwight of cheating on him at
Jesus Christ
transgender sex events. Parties, orgies. I
got you.
Even so obviously there this went viral. There were phone audio recordings.
Yeah.
Right. There was DMs released between the two.
Right.
Do you think
this is real?
This is not fake.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know how valid. On this. I'm not gonna say I haven't seen it, read it, but this is real. I thought it was memes and I thought it was like there was a punchline or something behind it, but this is real.
Well, this is real. So I have a couple questions on this. The first is...
This is amazing for the Wizards organization.
Obviously, the first gay man came out... You didn't
tell him that he's injured.
Oh, yeah, so to compile this story, he's injured with a what they described as a butt...
Yeah, come on.
Injury. Whatever. Guys, we don't have to discuss that part.
Y'all ain't right, bro. Y'all just not right.
Look,
First of all, let me tell y'all something about this, because I remember seeing that. First of all, whoever Shams, you reporting this, you're corny. Because you didn't have to go this far to stretch this story.
Are you talking about the injury?
Yeah.
I mean,
we already knew he was injured, but to go into the specifics,
that's your job.
That is his job.
No, it's not.
He is the insider.
If he sprained his ankle, you want to know
what the injury is.
Knowing the story that's out, He can make a sound decision and walk away from it.
Well, look, I don't think this is on
He's
Shams.
corny.
I think this is on the rest of the internet. And
He's corny. He's corny. Yeah, we're not going to act like that's okay.
Yeah, so that's the problem here?
No.
I'm
There's
asking-
a bigger problem
okay,
here.
so
But
if
I'm just addressing things as they
addressing
come.
that issue.
Right, so if
That's
you're...
corny of you.
Okay.
As a grown man, because if you had something going on in your private life that was airing out and a basketball player started talking about it, now you offended. Because of the amount of people he got at his disposal and network to report.
But what you have to also understand is he is really just doing his job.
Heard?
Just saying.
Heard.
Okay, so if you are... And so Dwight Howard hasn't reported to practice either. Obviously, I think part of it has to do with his injury.
Okay.
Not players sometimes are not there, because of injuries.
Okay. That's why the Wizards bad?
No.
Oh, all right. So what that mean?
What are we even doing?
What? He just a part of the
Guys,
Wizards locker room. Look at the locker room. Look at the locker room. John Wall has an identity crisis.
Cussed out Scotty Brooks.
He has an identity crisis.
Yeah.
Right.
He's having a Jimmy Butler tantrum right now.
He's having an
Jimmy
identity
Butler.
crisis. Huh? He's better than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. I think they're on par.
What? What are we doing here?
Twitter, help me out.
What?
Who's...
John Wall is better than Jimmy Butler. Now, he might not be playing better right now, but he's a better player. Huh? What?
Jimmy Butler's the top 15 player in the league.
So is John Wall.
Yeah, so it's John Wall.
Hey, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Portis, they get on my nerves.
Hey, man, I don't know what you drink these days, but
don't know what
brother,
you watch.
if you think John Wall ain't...
The Black Friday price. So this is what we need to do. We need to put a pot out. So on Christmas, we can get you a brand new TV because clearly the one you're watching is too
All right.
small.
All right.
Hey, look, I'm not mad at getting a new TV.
Hey,
now.
man.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary, brother, but okay, either way.
Okay.
John Wall is on that team.
Yeah.
Identity crisis.
Right.
Bradley Beal is on that team. He's
Who
miserable.
also said that he wanted out.
Miserable.
No, he's just miserable, bro.
He's upset.
He's fine. He just want to wait. No, he either wants out or somebody got to get out. But
Or John Wall has to get out.
yeah, pretty much.
Specifically.
It's either John got to go or me. Somebody got to go.
I don't
Like
know
you,
if
my
guys-
dog.
Yeah.
I don't really like you like that.
You're
though.
really not my dog, actually.
Nah, we cool.
I don't know.
It's like having a roommate that we better when you down the hall.
There you go.
We not
Or
good
down
in the
street.
same room.
Maybe around
John
the
is not
corner.
getting traded.
But we good though.
But
Huh?
we good.
His
though.
contract is not
Yeah, that's the Wizards' dumbass fault. They should figure it out.
one of those.
They're
years
gonna
that
have
make
to
By any
figure
means
it out.
necessary.
Play it
Okay.
out.
So, yeah.
I
so-
would get rid of
so
John Wall.
Howard
But
is not
personally-
the problem. But guys, I just want to know, like, when now, if you're in that locker room or if you're
With-
an
with-
opposing
with
team
Dwight?
with Dwight,
What's
and
the
he
problem?
comes back, what are the dynamics? What
It
is there
shouldn't be a dynamic
conversation?
at all.
It's
It
nothing.
shouldn't be.
It
It
has-
shouldn't be a dynamic at all.
No
if
shit.
If you're friends with Dwight, then y'all already had the conversation. Y'all spoke. Y'all good. Outside of that, as players, what you care for, bro?
Okay.
Why you care?
Yeah,
we
sexual
on the court
preference
hooping.
has-
What you care?
Sexual preference. has
Why
nothing
you
to do
care
with
what that
it.
man doing in
But
his
do you
private
also
life?
think that this brings up like a separate issue of like,
What?
sexuality in
Right.
sports has always been very taboo.
If you play basketball with somebody, you know, bro, you with a dude a long
no,
time
I'm not
playing
saying that
basketball.
they
know
some guys,
already.
they might
This
know
story
or
isn't
not know.
shocking to them.
Right.
I'm sure.
I mean, it wasn't really shocking to me either.
You already knew.
No,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
I know
My
nothing.
bad.
I know nothing.
Lauren,
I know nothing. I
you
know
got breaking
nothing.
news.
I have no breaking news.
So why
Okay.
wasn't it shocking?
But I'm not ever surprised by.
Anyone is what you're saying.
I'm not ever surprised by a guy's sexual preference being leaning towards one way or another, or because I think everybody's on the spectrum of some sort. You can be on an extreme of the spectrum, or you can be on a sliding scale of the spectrum, and I think everybody's on the spectrum. So, no, I'm not, shocked that, if this is in fact a true story. But I will say that I think outing someone is one of the bigger issues. Like,
Okay.
The person who released this information, who was allegedly in love with Dwight and had a relationship with him, I just feel like it's not right for you to, now you're mad because he cheated or whatever the case may be, and you decide to out him, publicly. And I just think that that's not cool. So that's my
This is what
bigger
happens.
point.
Okay, but this
like
is
you
the
don't
problem.
really know people.
This is the problem with, I don't even want to say secretly living, because you're allowed to live in your own
True.
peace and do
Because
as you
I mean,
choose.
people assume that people are straight, right? So that's a wrong assumption to assume that somebody,
It's wrong to assume anything
because they have
about
a certain
anybody.
profession or whatever.
Right. It's wrong to assume anything about
it. It's wrong to assume that.
It's wrong to assume what point
like
in the
you said
world?
that you're straight.
No, it's wrong to assume anything about any person.
Right.
Okay.
Now, it's fine that you may think, but to assume I'm just, who told you that? Why? Because of what? If that's the case, then we're allowing people to assume anything about us now. You can look at my view and you can assume I'm some criminal that's never did this, not this. I can have a top level education. Right, I can have a top level education and work for the biggest, best of, and doing numbers. But because I look like this and I have a tech sweatsuit on, I'm this. You get what I mean? So you should never assume anything about anybody.
Well,
even though we all do. We all have our assumptions when we meet people. We do.
But this is.
But I mean, the outing part didn't. Going back to what she was saying, the outing part was like, I wouldn't do it. I don't agree with it. But then I can also tell you how to feel and what to do and what's going on in your own private situation. And under the post that they are sending around Facebook, it's like one big post is him, and then the writing and the passage of it. It's the writing of what she is saying or allegedly Twitter, and things like that. And pretty much it was like he's feeling threatened of life and death type issue. So I can't tell. I just feel like maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you out him, whatever. Oh well, it's not my problem. If I'm in the locker room, we hoop together. He's still Dwight Howard on the court. We ball. Whatever you got going on, brother, take that way.
Okay. Well, moving on. How about them Clippers? Number one.
Shout out Jerry West.
See, okay, so funny. I mean, not really that funny, but anecdote. I ran into Shea, who's their rookie. He's been playing really well. I ran into him at a UCLA game while I was there because I was working. Let's be clear.
Nah, don't tell him that.
Let's be clear.
You heard a Trojan fan.
Nah.
Yep.
Fight on.
She's running a master's program at UCLA. She didn't tell him.
Oh, if they pay for it, hey, I will be there. But anyway.
So what you going to be? Bowling or fight on?
I'll be a... Truant.
Decision time.
I already have a Truant family because my mom went to UCLA Law School. So
okay, got you.
You know, whatever.
Right, do you think?
It's not that serious.
Okay.
Education is education. It's just when it comes down to football season. And basketball.
Right.
So, anyways, I ran into Shea, and he was there on a Friday night. I'm like, what rookie is going to be in LA?
Ones that love ball.
I love it. Right? He's probably 19. Okay. Right. You know.
Ball is life.
So, you know.
First time in LA? I'd
be
at a basketball game too.
Blurted out, you know, because he asked me, why aren't you coming to the games? And I'm like, well, I'm covering the Lakers this season. He's like, yeah, well, we're the number one team. And I was like, okay. You know.
This is true.
And I guess he had some foreshadowing there because weeks later, and they are the number one team in the Western Conference. I never thought I would say that the Clippers would be the number one seed in the Western Conference.
Why wouldn't you? I
covered the team last year.
I'm not in LA this year, but I'm loving how this thing is turning out.
You love how this is shaking out?
See, we're gonna backtrack it one day. I'm gonna get it. But my original, on the first episode of the podcast, my original thing was about between Jerry West.
Season 1 or season 2?
Season 1.
Okay.
Was about Jerry West and Magic Johnson.
Right.
And the two, you know, how about, I love it. Keep working, Jerry.
I'm just going to tell you, it's not going to last.
Tick.
It's not going to last. But, you know.
They're going to keep playing hard.
That's one thing that they have. They are playing hard. Doc Rivers
They're going to keep playing.
He's got to shake it. Okay, I have to admit, I'm sorry, Doc, because last year I was going in. I was like, he needs to get out of there.
What you apologizing for?
Well, he's turned it around.
I said he was overrated coach.
I said he was overrated.
I did too. And
He is.
Yeah,
he still is.
I mean,
he's done nothing for you yet. Relax.
Yeah, he wouldn't be doing anything for me anyways. I'm a Laker fan.
He is a favorite for Coach of the Year.
For Clippers, he could be favored. All of that is cute. It matters.
Right. Well, Dwayne Casey knows how that ends up sometimes.
It matters in the postseason. He's not expected to do the unthinkable this year, but a nice run is sustainable.
But what's good
and
is
not get swept.
And they have a shot at they have enough space for 2 max slots next year.
Wow.
So you add that to a team that's currently
Kawhi's going there.
Kawhi.
Tick.
Middleton, somebody.
Chris Middleton.
Shout out Jerry, man. I love it. That's the only thing I
the logo, baby.
I miss that so much at LA just to be able to go to, a Clipper game and see the logo, man.
You should just pull up.
I am.
I'm going to start covering some of those games.
I'm definitely going to some Clipper games, man.
I'm coming.
I need to shake the logo hand. I need to shake his hand, man. I admire that man. That is one of my idols as an executive. And if he make this happen, if he get the Clippers to a number one spot or a max player,
but it's not just everybody's buying in too. I mean, I feel like that's really that locker room.
They got good leaders. They got good
Williams,
leaders.
And it's not guys that are like overbearing. It's guys that are just subtle. They do their job. They don't care. Collected. If they come off the bench, if they're starting, they don't have any egos. It's just play basketball. And I think that's
calm, cool, and collected.
It's great for the league.
Shout out to Montrezl Harrell too.
Yes,
doing what he was doing in Louisville. I love to see him do what he was doing.
The Rockets made a mistake.
I think so too. Because I not calling him this particular player, just this type of energy. I think he has a Draymond type of energy. I think he has a Draymond type of energy.
He gives it all.
He gives you everything you got. He gonna rebound. He gonna defend. He gonna try to get the open bucket. He gonna crash the boards. He gonna give you everything.
Try to get the.
He gonna try. He gonna pull up some shots. It's not like he a great jump shooter, but if he clean and open, he gonna pull up and he gonna attempt.
So Nick Young.
What's up with Nick?
He's not in the league right now.
Where Nick at?
He's tweeting though.
He
Nothing wrong with
tweeted
that I don't know which team he was talking about in particular, but he tweeted that the answer to the problem is to tank, get Zion Williamson this year, and then tank again next year and get Melo, and then so who could use that little 1-2 punch? Just
the
Cavs,
the Hawks.
But the Cavs have Colin Sexton.
He's doing well, by the way.
Yeah,
thank you.
And
shout out Colin.
The Hawks have Trae Young, who's been doing extremely well.
You don't want Zion?
I don't.
Who do you want
right now?
Yeah,
I don't know. Be honest, I really don't know right now.
RJ Barrett.
I don't know what kind of positions. I really don't know. I maybe
who
another.
Could the Knicks use of the tandems that the college basketball standouts right now? Who could the Knicks?
I don't know. It's really I like Bobo. I'll take another 7-footer that could do all of that.
Right.
But then I also
That's just selfish.
Yeah, I'll take another one.
Okay.
It is, but I'll take 3 and let them fill out and develop and figure this thing out. With Porzingis coming off his energy, I would. RJ Barrett is cool, but I like Cam Reddish.
Bless you.
But I like Cam Reddish. I'm not out on Zion like everybody think I am. I'm just, how I feel about Duke players. So I would rather not get one of the most hyped ones in years.
Duke players.
And it turned out like a Duke player. I'm cool.
I'm confused.
How do they?
If we need a shooting guard,
if
we need a shooting guard, then I love Kevin Porter Jr. If they want to go shooting guard again and just feel like they want to go,
you need to get a point guard.
Nah.
You still like Frank?
I still like Frank and Moutier.
Okay. I
also said I like Moutier, and everybody was like, and I was like, give him time to let him work with Fizdale. This is year 4 for him, the same draft class as Porzingis and all of them. Like you just said, some people develop differently. Some people got to adjust to this. Some people got to get to that. He's in great shape. He's playing the way he's supposed to. He's attacking the rim. He's taking control of offense. I always thought he should be the point guard. Yeah. I wanted him in the Porzingis draft. To be honest, I'll tell all Knicks fans listen, in that draft, I'm being honest. Anybody that know me will tell you I wasn't. Listen, anybody that'll tell you, and I'm being honest, I didn't want Kristaps, not because I didn't think he was talented, but because I felt like Frederick Wise and the Darkos and not that he couldn't be great, but just not New York take the chance. Not that he can't go somewhere and be great.
You better be happy
New York
got
the chance. And which it was. I wanted Moody from the start. So for him, when the trade happened with him, it was like, oh, okay, perfect. I wanted him in this spot anyway. So I think they take their time. I'm not down on Zion like that. I just think Zion going to have to go to the right team.
So you holding out for Kevin Durant next year?
Yeah. That's actually the move. That's the only move. Only play. Outside of that play, then it's like, you give
Kyrie. Oh, you said you don't want Kyrie, right?
I don't trust his body.
I
feel like Amari Stoudemire all over again.
Whoa, to that level?
For us, for New York. Not for somebody else, but for New York. And the energy you already get, and the media you already got, and the people you got to deal with, and the fan base. Not again.
So as a franchise, based on what y'all been, y'all the last title is what, 79? 79? 78?
Yeah.
So 79, y'all have to be safe, is what you're saying. No risk.
Not
no risk,
unnecessary
no reward.
Risk. Not unnecessary. Give Kyrie 140, two and some change. 140, 2 and some change. He give us half a season for 3 years. He give us half on the front end, half on the back end, half on the front end. Now we in year 4. You making 30-something million a year, and
what do we have?
What we got going with us?
Right.
When you could just stockpile talent and keep going everybody's way. Like, there's no need to do it if you're going to, you get what I mean? There's no need to throw the money if you're not. Kevin Durant is yes, he can get injured, but I think he's a safe bet.
Okay, well, I'm going to move on.
I take the safe bet in the long one right now for them.
Is Reuben Foster a safe bet? Because the Redskins said, we want him and we want him now. Okay, so
they
for the
claimed
people that
him, but they wasn't going to play him. What's wrong with that?
The people that are unfamiliar with the situation, Reuben Foster got arrested
Correct.
In Tampa before the 49ers played the Buccaneers.
Okay.
And he was arrested on a domestic violence charge. This is the third time that Reuben Foster has been arrested this year. And two of them have been related to domestic violence. One of them, I think, was a gun charge. So the first domestic violence charge was dropped. The woman recanted, but this is the same woman who the domestic violence charge was against in Tampa. So the 49ers said, we can't continue with this. He was already on, a fine line. And just 72 hours, not even 72 hours later, the Redskins claimed him off of waivers and want him to play immediately. So,
no.
I mean, pretty much.
They denied him playing.
If they could. But I'm pretty sure ideally they would want him to be. Either way.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I'm sorry to cut you off. But I don't think there's anything wrong with claiming a waiver on a player and then saying pending legal situation. Pending what happened legally. So he's automatically guilty? Can he be stupid? Can he be dealing with a chick that he in love with and he in his feelings and he doing stupidity and she continues to do it? Listen, correct? Twice? No,
Twice.
This is the second time with the same girl.
But there were
We've seen worse in our neighborhoods that we grew up in where people continue to date each other, and they shouldn't be together. They shouldn't be dealing with each other, and this continues to happen. It's different when you're Reuben Foster. Now, I'm not saying sign him, play him, put him on the field right now, but what's the problem with to claim him off waivers? You're going to give up this type of talent? After your legal situation come out, then we'll determine if you can play in the NFL
they say
or
that,
not.
though?
Yeah, they came out with that story and repeated, and then the NFL put him on an exemption list. Everybody mad at the Redskins for what? Picking up on talent
because
and then
they
saying,
said they didn't want to take it. What was it? They said they didn't want to take anyone that's going to cause all this extra media attention.
Who said that?
That's the Redskins, which is why they didn't work out Kaepernick.
Right.
So then you take.
So it's just hypocritical. So that's what people are angry about.
That's what the NFL always been about. We just angry about it? The domestic violence thing was happening before Cap.
No, it was.
The NFL always did this.
Always. That's still an issue for me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like, this is no. That's always been an issue, and it continues to be
the
an
NFL
issue.
is just being the NFL.
So it's like, I'd rather you.
So why is it a breaking news story?
I'd rather
the NFL's being the NFL again.
I'd rather you hit a woman than to.
Oh, I'm like, you're saying that, or okay?
No.
That's what the NFL is saying.
Yeah, that's always been their stance. Is that's
not going to cause as much public backlash as Caps.
Unfortunately,
not public
the world we live
backlash.
in.
Yeah. I think more so it's like money.
No.
People,
not going. This story is only going to affect the bubble of sports world.
It doesn't even affect this bubble. I mean,
I'm just saying, as far as the breaking big,
right?
This ain't CNN and this ain't Fox Sports.
That's
this ain't ABC News.
Everybody was talking, about Kaepernick. Nobody.
It's sad. I'm not saying it like it's okay. It's cool. It's sad, but I'm just talking about the reality of why the two differences.
I think we have a caller. Oh, 3 minutes. Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so let's move on because we have a couple more things to get to. Let's talk about NFL MVP. We have Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, Alvin Kamara, Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady. Of those, who do you guys think right now is the NFL MVP?
Drew Brees.
Wow, that was a unanimous.
There's no argument in that. Patrick, I think that's who's going to win it.
I think Patrick Mahomes is right there, though.
Patrick Mahomes is having a hell of a season.
Yeah,
but I just think Drew not having one, the story, I think this is the swan song. Not that he's going to retire this, but I think this is the swan song for Drew Brees to get his just due at this point.
Right.
And I think he's in that guiding form, and he was on his way there last year, I thought. And I think this year's more to walk in. And actually, to be honest with you, I would love to see Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes fight it out.
If Drew Brees had an MVP already, or a couple, or whatever, this would go to Patrick Mahomes.
I think Patrick Mahomes deserves it, but I think Drew Brees will win it.
I don't know if he deserves it. Drew is having one hell of a season.
What?
He is.
This 23-year-old is wrecking the league. He's changing the league. Like,
changing?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's changing.
I mean,
he's just showing a light. Changing? Come on.
Kansas City.
Kansas City's been good.
Talking about Kansas City
was good last year. They was good the year before last.
Okay, yeah. So they were good.
He doing regular. See, you got to judge him. This is what we do wrong. We see them come out. We see new guys get in the roles that the old guys were in, and they do really good in these roles, and we judge them and we give them the credit.
Great.
Listen.
Okay.
We give them the credit. Dudes that got the practice behind, dudes take their time. We give them the credit immediately. And then when they get into the situation that you being better than the guy before, meaning you're doing better than the guy before, not just your stats are better. If you still get to the first round and you out,
so you're judging on you can make your call after postseason is over.
Give me something in the postseason. If you're going to lose to a team you're supposed to lose to, not Tennessee.
Right.
Quarterbacks throwing touchdowns to themselves. You get what I'm saying? If you get in the playoffs, you do that. What's different? It just look better? Oh, no, but it was more points, though. It's still a wild card out.
Yeah, that's right.
So what are we excited about? Just because he looked better? Nah, come on.
Yeah,
we were talking about regular season MVP, though.
Right.
No.
This is the first 16 games. But I get what you're saying. I agree.
No, I was talking about her reference of wrecking the league.
Okay,
it's not wrecking anything. He's having a
he
hell of a season. Having a hell of a season.
Yeah,
There you go. Hell of a season.
Okay.
That's it.
I think
apples
Drew
and
hell of a
oranges.
season.
All right.
Wrecking? You're right.
Okay, who's hotter right now, Andrew Luck or Deshaun Watson?
To me?
Yes.
Deshaun always. Oh, hotter?
Who's hotter right now?
Even. They both winning games. They both playing good football. They both winning games. Who's better? Deshaun.
Dang.
They even to me. They both winning good games. They both playing. They got their time.
Deshaun
I seen the head-to-head matchup.
The eight
I know who won.
Streak. I could say Drew because he threw a couple touchdowns for the past how many games?
So, one of those games he got a loss to me.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
Yeah, that's...
Can't be better than me and can't beat me.
I said who's hotter.
Heard?
No.
I hear you, Powder.
Somebody told me they love me. I love you too. All right. Could you see Le'Veon signing with the Colts? Right now, the landing spots, according to the ESPN, are the Bucks, Jets, Eagles,
Houston.
Texans, Dolphins, Raiders, and 49ers.
Houston. Do not go to Andrew Luck, bro.
Do not go to Oakland. I mean, wherever.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be his Edgerrin James. Don't be his Joseph Adai, bro. No.
I say he goes to the Texans. We are
go to
the Texans.
Come on,
we're on the same page.
We in Houston.
Just
I think
saying.
He goes to New York though.
H-Town.
That would probably be the best bet to go.
That's going to be the most money.
The most money, yeah.
But the best bet, Houston.
They could win a championship. That team
immediately.
They could win a championship.
So
immediately.
That team could win a championship.
Immediately.
Okay, what did you guys make of Hugh Brown's return against? Hugh Jackson rather. Return against the Cleveland Browns, his old team. He, Demarius Randall. Oh, okay. Demarius Randall quickly just, didn't give the football, gave the football to him, and then Baker Mayfield, he went in for the hug. And Baker was like, "Nah, I'm good, bro. You can hit me with the handshake."
I'm hearing a story. I guess this is Baker. Baker being Baker, Oklahoma.
That's real.
You just got to mature. He's still young.
Yeah, we keep hearing that. Didn't we have that issue? Didn't I address this last year?
Yeah.
I had the issue with him going number one. It's just maturity. If this was a black quarterback doing this exact same thing, they would be killing him right now. If this was Lamar Jackson doing this to an old coach, they'd be killing Lamar Jackson right now.
I agree.
He'd have to grow up. It's just cool with Baker. Like, Baker just cool. Y'all keep letting it fly. This is the same thing I just addressed. I just addressed a couple months ago. So I'm not shocked at all. It's cool.
That's Baker being Baker.
It's football players out there on that defense. Y'all know Hugh Jackson as a man. Y'all can settle that. Y'all can fix all that energy. Yeah. Cleveland ain't even winning and he acting like this, bro. Can you imagine if he win? Remember, Johnny Manziel was a little too cool. Baker just made it look better. He's no different than Johnny.
Right.
I agree. They are pretty
he's
much
just a
the
little
same.
bit- all right.
person.
More talented.
He just made it look better.
He's a little bit better, and I think that he's a little bit less in trouble. Like, you know, in the big headlines, in the big scheme of things, he's not, you know, partying.
He ain't never ran from police.
Actually,
He got in trouble with police.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
He ain't
say,
run.
Johnny Manziel did.
Unless it's new.
Okay, so we got a caller real quick, and then we're going to
Let's fill us in
Wrap it
right
up.
quick.
Take us home, caller.
Hi, I'm just calling in. I saw you guys arguing about or debating who was better, Watson and Luck.
Uh-huh.
I think you guys all said Watson, right?
Uh-huh.
I would personally disagree, just because they are quarterbacks after all.
Uh-huh.
You know, Watson is a little bit more mobile, but there's no quarterback that has thrown 3 touchdowns since week 5 other than Andrew Luck. Like, not even Patrick Mahomes, because he had 1 2-touchdown game.
Uh-huh.
So if we're going on just who's the better quarterback, give me Andrew Luck. Deshaun, he had a really, really great start last year.
Uh-huh.
He has an amazing defense. Let's not forget, he has J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney on the defensive line. So personally, I just had to chime in. I've watched other shows on this network, so I was just online, caught you guys. You guys are pretty entertaining. I just wanted to call in and give my take.
We appreciate that. We appreciate
Definitely
that.
appreciate that.
you.
And I think you have some valid points. I just think I was asking who's hotter, and I think it's kind of split. We could
Hotter
go
would
either way.
you could go either way. Hotter would probably be Andrew Luck because of the way he's throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Better to me. I'm still going to take Deshaun Watson over it.
I think
Deshaun got hurt last year, had an awesome year coming out year 1.
Right.
No different than Andrew was having. He just got hurt. Andrew had an awesome couple years, and then he's been hurt for 2 years. We still hold him in this light.
We still hold Andrew.
We still hold
I
him
agree.
in the light.
I agree.
And he ain't did nothing in 2
yet.
whole
What
years.
have you
Now,
done
watch
for
this.
me
Let me
lately?
give you an example. This is what I mean by the direct judgment, right? Robert Griffin is right here. I got hurt, too. I was immediately judged, and it's been downhill since. Andrew turned around on the back end. On the front end, Robert got hurt. He can't get a shot. On the front end, Andrew was good. He got hurt. We still hold him in the same light, like the same quarterback. Robert Griffin was immediately judged because of his injuries.
Yeah.
He had it hard. It was rough.
Andrew
We
came
know
back
the
doing
plight
well,
of-
though, still.
I mean,
Robert came
did
back
Robert
a few
get a
times.
chance to come back and do
Came
it?
back
No.
a few times.
Man,
He didn't get a real
He
chance.
didn't even get a real chance to come back to
shot.
nothing.
Like the chance y'all need. Didn't he come back to start for the
Man,
Browns?
Andrew got his job after skiing and hurt his shoulder more. We didn't even hear the news story break. Robert Griffin couldn't get a haircut without somebody saying something about him. Andrew Luck had a whole injury from something that did not touch football, and we got the story after he was healthy.
Right.
What world we get that in?
Yeah.
Only in
America.
Only
Only in America.
This is
All
America,
right,
baby.
We're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, caller, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody on our Twitter live. And you guys can catch us in 2 weeks. As always, I'm your host, Lauren A. Jones. You can follow me on all social platforms at Lojo Media. My illustrious co-host, back from the ATL.
Yeah.
Shout it.
Where can we follow you?
At Court Chappelle, Court Chappelle, Chappelle.
All right, that phonetics.
The
Okay.
real Mike Cotton, all social media platforms.
All right. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Yep.